Good day, everyone. In this video, I will be going over the new updates that the guys over at 2 Degrees have cooked up for the Power of 3 indicator. And my favorite part of the update was a small one that I worked on with them, and that is the intraday candles. So you can see under the Power of 3 settings, there's an additional box called Intra PO3. And what this does is it allows you to show multiple time frame candles on the charts at one time. Now, I know there are plenty of indicators out there that have already done this in the past. However, one of the unique things about this update is that this allows you to show the intraday candles based on that specific day, and it automatically moves the candles as the day goes along and spaces out the higher time frame candle. All the other indicators that you can layer to have a daily and a 4-hour, or a weekly and a 4-hour, or a daily and a 1-hour, or a 7-hour, all those indicators, you have to say in the settings of the indicator how many candles you want to show at one time on the screen. So if you want to see the intraday candles just for that day, you're constantly having to go into the settings, change the number of candles that are showing up, changing the spacing between the higher time frame candle and the intraday or the lower time frame candles, in addition to your chart time frame candles. This eliminates all that. Let me show you how it works. Currently in the settings, you can see I have the higher time frame candle as 1 day. You can set the number of candles that you want to see as far as the higher time frame candles are concerned. So the highest, I have that set at 3, so it's showing me 3 daily candles. And then my intraday candle, I have set as 4 hours. So once I have that set, I don't have to change it. I don't have to go in there and go, oh, now I want to see 2 4-hour candles, or 3 4-hour candles, or 4 4-hour candles. So let's see how this works. So here we are on the open of a new day at 6 p.m. I am currently on a 15-minute time frame as far as my chart candles are concerned. I have a daily for the highest time frame candle, and then a 4-hour for the intraday candle. And what this does, it allows you to see how the daily candle range forms across multiple time frames. So let's go ahead and play this forward. So as you can see, we open up, we come down, we trade lower. So it's an open low. We sweep out the previous day low, put in a change and say to delivery with a 15-minute candle in a 4-hour candle, which happened to be Asia. And we start to trade away. This was actually a really nice day. A little bit of manipulation there at the open, and then we just continue to trade higher. So as you can see, the beauty of this is that all the candles show up on the charts without having to go in and change how many candles are showing up, without having to space out how far you want them apart, without the actual chart time frame candles bleeding into the lower time frame candles, or the second higher time frame candles, without those bleeding into the highest time frame candles. So I call this the ultimate time frame alignment tool, because it does all this automatically for you. So let's go look at a different time frame. So this is the 15-minute, 4-hour, and daily. Well, what if you want to see how the weekly range develops as far as a weekly candle and a daily candle and then an hourly candle? So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we are. You can see that these are weekly candles here. This was the previous week's candle with a very large seller's wick, in my opinion. So for me personally, what I would like to see is I like to see 50% of this wick respected as far as the daily candles are concerned, then to trade lower. So if you're thinking in terms of open, high, low, close from a weekly perspective, we would want to see the daily candles open, go higher, put in a change and say to delivery, and then go lower. So let's see if this happens. Again, this is the hourly candle, daily candles, weekly candles. We go lower at first, but then the price starts to move higher. There's your daily candle starting to form. There's your second day candle, so that's Tuesday. Still within respect to 50% of that wick. And what happens here? There you go. There's your change and say to delivery on the hourly. We had the open high on the daily candle here, and then Tuesday puts in a reversal. sweeps out previous day high, puts in an hourly change in state of delivery with a strong down close candle here at 9 o'clock. And let's see what happens the rest of the way. The important part for this week, which was, I believe, was 2 weeks ago, is when we close below the opening price of the weekly candle on an hourly basis or 4 hour, however you like to play it, we are now confirming that the wick of the weekly candle has formed. If you look, it's forming in respect to 50% of the previous week's candle. Let's see how this plays out the rest of the way. So this is Wednesday's candle. There you go. Thursday's candle. And then all the way down to Friday's candle. And it trades back into the range. So, as you can see, this breaks down the weekly, the daily, and then the hourly. Now, you can change this, your chart time frame, without any of these changes. So, like, let's say you want to do on a 4-hour candle. Well, we'll go to a 4-hour candle. Now, it's giving you 4-hour candles with daily candles and weekly candles. Let's check out another chart time frame. In this example, we're on a 30-minute for the chart time frame, a 7-hour for the intraday candle. That's the time frame that you can use to align the daily profiles, and then the daily candle for the highest time frame candle. Let's play this forward. As you can see, price opens, goes lower, makes a change in state of delivery with a nice displacement through the change in state of delivery. You can see the Asia candle looks like it set the low of the day with a confirmed change in state of delivery with displacement, which is a stronger change in state of delivery as opposed to one that doesn't have the displacement. And as you can see, as the day starts to go on, just about every down close series of candles gets respected to push price higher. And so there is London's candle confirmed. So now we have the low of day in Asia with good separation through Asia and London. And then we get into the New York session, or the 8 a.m. candle. And price just continued to trade away. So this was just a quick video to show the new updates. There was other updates to the Power of 3 indicator. This specifically was one that I worked on with 2 degrees and one that I use in my daily trading along with the TTFM, the T-Trades fractal model indicator. Obviously, the T-Trades fractal model indicator already does the lower time frame candles. And yes, you can set the number of candles that you have within that day. But this is different in the fact that it changes every single day. So for example, let's just go into the settings. Let's say you wanted to see hourly candles paired with a daily candle. We go into the intraday candle settings, change it to hourly. And now you can see the entire day's candles hourly are on the screen and will play through the entire day. So once again, the new update to the Power of 3 indicator, amongst others, the one I'm most excited about is the addition of the intraday candle, which again isn't anything really new. It's the fact of how it's been automated to show whatever intraday time frame you want to see mixed with whatever higher time frame candle you would like to see. It resets every day at the 6 p.m. open and automatically adds them to your chart without having to change any other settings as the day goes along. Hope you guys like this video. And if you would like to try out the Power of 3 Pro Plus indicator for yourself, you can get 10% off using the coupon code you can find in the description, and there's a link to it as well. Catch you in the next one.